It has been a pretty impressive year for Smriti Mandhana as far as her record in ODI cricket is concerned. Even though she didn't quite have the best of starts to the ICC Women's World Cup, overall, when you're looking at her bilateral form, it has been amazing. Especially, of course, that series against South Africa where she looked at her best. Even the series against Australia just before the World Cup, she looked phenomenal, which is perhaps what led a little people to be a little surprised that she hasn't quite shown her class in the World Cup so far, but she's finally come to the party, and come to the party how? Her quick fire knock, which is still ongoing as of this recording, against the Australian team in India's must-win World Cup match, well, it actually ensured that she got to a pretty interesting record. She's now surpassed 1,000 runs in the calendar year for 2025, and this is a pretty historic achievement for Smriti because this is the first time ever that it has happened in the history of women's cricket. You heard that right. The first time any player has surpassed 1,000 runs in a calendar year, and it happens to be an Indian right atop that list. Now, it's not to say other players haven't often come close, but just to compare and see where it is that, Smriti stands, let's take a look. The one who's arguably come closest is, of course, Belinda Clark, whose record of 970 runs stood for 28 years as being the highest amount of runs recorded in a single calendar year by a women's cricketer. Smriti, of course, has now surpassed that, and the reason why I put an asterisk on this graphic is because, as I said, her knock as of this recording is still ongoing. Beyond that, you've got a Laura Woolward who scored 882 runs, again came close. Debbie Hockley scored 880 runs. And of course, Amy Satterthwaite managed 853 runs in a calendar year. Smriti now has, of course, set a new benchmark, which is pretty impressive. There's no two ways about it. Looking at the kind of form that she's had, it's not a surprise. But the fact that it is something that's never been done before in the history of women's ODI cricket makes it doubly impressive. Smriti has been one of India's more quietly consistent performers for the past few years, but now it does seem like the left-handed opening batter is finally growing into her own player, becoming arguably the one person around whom India's batting revolves. And it is nice to see that she managed to come to the party against Australia, because truth be told, the starting of a World Cup had been a little bit underwhelming. One can hope that she kicks off with this and her form continues to go on in the same vein. What are your thoughts on Smriti's amazing record? You can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon as well. Follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook, and stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.